Hello my loves. Today we're gonna do a get ready with me. I ended up going through my stash. Now that I've organized everything, I was able to literally go through every single drawer and whip out a product that I haven't used in quite a while, just so that I can get use out of my product. I wanted to do a get ready with me, and I also want to feature this new set by Ofra Cosmetics. It is their Think Pink set, and it's gonna retail for what's upside down. It's gonna retail for $29, and we're gonna try her. Y'all know I love everything Ofra, so we're gonna play around with her and see how that goes. And for transparency purposes, I want to make sure that I let you guys know that the segment on the Think Pink Ofra set is sponsored, so let's dive on in. I'm going to use this primer. It is the Revolve Radiance Locking Primer. It is by RMS Beauty. This pumpage, honestly, it doesn't pump a lot all at once, so you kind of really have to go in there, but it's okay. Blend that onto the skin. If you have really dry skin, I am going to suggest you use a hydrating primer. Allow that to sit on your skin for a few minutes. It doesn't have to be crazy excessive. Less than 5 minutes is fine. A good 2 minutes. So I would say, like, go ahead, hydrate your skin, apply your moisturizer, let that sit for a few minutes, then go in with a hydrating primer. Kind of go around, shop your stash, figure out what it is that you want to do with your skin, and then go in, and it will work a miracle on your skin. Because really all you would need, where is it? Oh, it's here. All you would need is to make sure that your skin is really hydrated, so you get like a nice, beautiful, really glowy finish. I am shaky. You know, these products, I haven't had them for too long, but like this here, I have to really shake her because I haven't used her in a minute. This is the YSL in 14. It's a skin tint, so it's not a actual foundation. It's gonna go really nice and light, but has enough pigment to give you a beautiful, healthy effect and glow to the skin, while it's also balancing out the tones. I'm gonna go in with my sponge. Can you go in with a brush? Absolutely, that works as well, but I'm a sponge kind of gal. You can still see my freckles. You can still see true to my skin. It just balances out any redness. When I go with like a really healthy glow, I still want to make sure I have that coverage under the eyeballs, because do you guys see, like, I've seen worse. I know it's not that bad, but I also want to make sure that although my skin looks flawless and glowy, my under eyes have great coverage. So I'm gonna go in with a Tarte Creaseless Concealer in the shade Tan Sand 40S. I don't necessarily love this concealer. This is not necessarily my go-to cup of tea. However, the coverage is really nice, and as long as you don't go in super heavy-handed, it works. So we're gonna go ahead and blend that out. I think I'm just gonna stick to this concealer for the lids as a primer because it is thick enough. It's as thick as like a lid primer. I'm gonna set the eyeball. Guess what I whipped out? Yes, I whipped out my Givenchy Prisma Libre powder again. I keep saying, like, I put the this one away for my Jaclyn Hill, and although Jaclyn Hill's absolutely for bomb, I'm gonna use this to set the under eye, and yes, it gives me a beautiful effect, which I absolutely love. But at the same time, I feel, this is a me thing, I feel as though I want a lighter, like I want brighter under eyes, so I'm still gonna go in with my Jaclyn Hill powder, just one of the other pans. So now that we've set, and I kind of set up to here so it'll start to hide any texture around my nails. I'm done with that powder. I'm trying to get really good at putting things away. I also pulled out the Viseart bronzer because I was so excited to get it. I used it for like a month and a half, and then I kind of put it away, and it's a beautiful bronzer. Plus, it's going to be absolutely amazing for a look like the one I want to do today. Nice, simple, nice and light. It gives me that like hollowed out. Do you see the effect? Like, I literally just did this and look at the difference. I'm more lifted, but you know, that's all sculpting, mama. I have like fuller cheeks now. All I'm doing is patting it. And if you want to know the brush I'm using, this is the Complex Culture Press and Set Bronzer brush. I dipped it in like that, and I am going above, not in the hollows, but I'm going above because I'm not contouring, I am bronzing. I'm bringing it all the way back, and then I'm bringing it up to here. This powder is really nice. And then here, you know, we need to cover up the little extra-ness that I have going on down here, which is fine. I'm good with it. It is what it is. I'm gonna whip out this palette, which I've featured here before. I absolutely love her. It is an Ofra palette. This is like an everyday, everyone needs palette. This is the Summer Edit eyeshadow palette, but don't let the name fool you. You don't need it just for the summer. You need this for like all times. It's such a beautiful palette. So I'm gonna dip into this shade over here. It's a peachy shade. I want to say it's called Dreamcatcher. I'm gonna drag that on the outer portion of the crease. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out the vlog channel, I highly suggest you do. You'd be showing that channel, my family, some love, so I'd really, really appreciate it. But that's the channel where you're gonna get to know everyone a little more on a personal level. Also, I just put up 2 days ago my Hurricane Ian vlog, so that's something to note. I still get questions on how did it turn out. We all turned out well, but at least you get an idea as to like what it was like for us, our first hurricane here in Florida. Before I go in and like deepen anything, I want to dip into the Think Pink set. I love how they like always have all this detail back here, and yes, they make these products in their factory. I was there and it was freaking awesome. So the back says, let your inner glow shine into the world with this all new blusher shade and gloss set. From all pink makeup looks to adding a hint of rosiness, this set instantly glams up everything. And girl, I read that all in one. I didn't have to repeat myself, and I don't even have my glasses on. Kudos to me. I also want to read a passage that's in the back, and I have to read it because you guys know I am the worst at retaining information and then being able to dictate it. The back of it also says, let's rise together. Ofra proudly partnered with National Breast Cancer Foundation, Inc. to help support their cause for early detection and education to those affected by breast cancer. By creating this all pink set, we hope to inspire and bring awareness to a cause that affects many of us. And it absolutely does. And I'm not gonna lie to you, you know, every time I go and I get myself checked, I am freaking paranoid. Everything has always come out fine, but I am paranoid because you just never know. So it's always best to go get checked. Early detection is just so important. Now back to this set. The set is going to retail, these two pieces are going to retail for $29. Of course, I always have the link and the discount code down below. My discount code literally applies to everything. So it's something important. So instead of $29, you will pay less for it. It is currently available. It launched literally yesterday. The lip gloss's name is Love, and then the blush is called Cherish. I'm gonna give you guys a close-up so that you guys can see what she looky like. Here is Cherish, and the reason why I wanted to whip this out now is because y'all know I like to get creative, and this is gonna go on my eyeballs. So I grabbed a big fluffy brush. This is by Tarrah Couture Makeup. Oh my god, this is like the first brand that ever sent me brushes in PR years and years, like literally ages ago. This is their 201 all over shader brush. I am going to dip into this pink. It is a stunning, stunning, beautiful pink. I am going to tap that all over my lid. You know what? We're gonna do an all pink lippy. I'm gonna obviously apply this on my cheeks as well, but I feel like we're gonna keep her pretty in pink today in honor of breast cancer awareness. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Do you guys see how pigmented it is? I literally just kind of tapped into her and pat her everywhere, and she is good to go. We're gonna go back into, wow, she's really, really pretty. And it is a blush, but it has luminosity to it, so you can totally skip a highlighter. I'm gonna take the very same brush. I'm gonna flip her over. I'm going to go into a like champagne shade because I want to kind of brighten the inner corner of the eye a little bit. That champagne shade would happen to be Plastic. I believe it's called Plastic. I'm gonna like just tap on the inner corner. Opens up the eye a little bit, makes it look bigger and brighter. Taking the same brush we used over on our crease, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna dip into this last shade. Well, it's the first shade here on the palette. It's called Snooze. And I'm just gonna go on the outer portion of the eye. I want this to kind of all kind of mesh and fuse and look beautiful together. I don't want there to be any like subtle interruption at all. So we're gonna go and do one of these. I'm gonna dip into that shade once again, and with like a little bit, very notice how I'm holding my brush like on the outer end down here. Do not be aggressive with your eyeball, just add a little bit of that at the bottom. All right, and you know what, just so that you guys can see how versatile their powders are, remember that they are multitaskable and they're wet dry products. I'm gonna grab, you know, my little baby, right? I would typically go into the Jaclyn Hill quad like I told you I would. I'm not. I'm gonna go into this shade over here. This shade is Champagne. It's a matte though. It's like a satiny matte, so there's no real shimmer in here, it's not gonna look like super aggressive. I took some of that and I am gonna tap that under the eye. That's also gonna bring in that brightness without making it look like super flat matte, and it's gonna look really pretty. This is the kind of shade you also wanna bring all the way in. I grabbed my They're Real Extreme Precision Liner by Benefit Cosmetics. This is one of those situations where I really want like the eye color to stand out. So I'm gonna create a wing, but this one is not gonna be like a super dramatic wing. I'm gonna pull her out on the inner corners and make sure it all connects. I'm gonna use the Kevyn Aucoin The Volume Mascara. I don't love this for the top. I do like it for the bottom. So I'm gonna lightly apply just a smidge on the bottom. It really defines my bottom lashes without building too much, which is crazy sometimes. My bottom lashes are insane. I also use the Batty Lashes System by Ofra Cosmetics on my lashes. That's why they're like so long at the top and the bottom. I've been using it for months at this point. Gently apply like a very small amount on the top so that I can go ahead and pop on some falsies. I'm gonna use my glue, and the glue that I'm currently using is the Lash Couture by Kiss Beauty. And it's this one, and I like it because it has a brush. So I'm gonna let this baby dry. I'm gonna pop her on. Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that this eye matches, and I'll be like right back. Y'all would be so proud of me. I even moved on and did one of my brows. I'm gonna show you guys how I did the brow, but aren't the eyes freaking pretty? The really bright inner corner, and then even the under eyes are like so bright and awake and are like drawing you in, are they not? Super pretty. So this is the product I use on my brows. It is called the Benefit Give Me Brow Plus Volumizing Pencil. This freaking thing is amazing. It is like a pomade, but like thick with a very small amount of wax, but it also has fibers in it. So it made my brows look like this so fast. I'm gonna show you. Mine is in the color, I got excited. Mine is in the color 5, which is like a cool brown. I literally just go in and shape my brow. Those areas that still seem a little light and sparse, just fill those in. And even the areas where you're still trying to fill in and you don't have all that much hair, look at this. Like you see this area here, that is not what my brow actually looks like, but we're gonna fix that. I like a more, you see like a more defined bottom portion of my brows. See how there's no hair there? And literally just make a straight line. And it gave me hair where there was no freaking hair. And no, it does not budge, it does not smudge, it does not move, and it looks amazing. So this is definitely a new brow product that I've been obsessed with, and I feel like everyone needs to give it a try. I think this is like gonna be people's like new fave. And then you see this inner corner here, I'm just gonna go ahead and brush up, and it moves product, so you don't really have to go in and overfill, which is amazing. You can just kind of like swipe like this and then just brush it through. And then of course you guys know I always go in to my Brow Bar by Rima. It's like a brow concealer in the shade medium. This is my Angie Hot and Flashy A505 by BK Beauty. I know we get brushes all the time in beauty, but well, they kind of stopped that. But we were getting so many brushes, and yeah, there's definitely good quality brushes out there, but I have to tell you, BK Beauty is my favorite at this point. I've had a few favorites in the past, but nothing compares to these brushes. They're absolutely stunning. I'm gonna use a little bit of the Got To Be, which I've already told you guys don't spend your money on it. I got it off of Amazon for cheap. It was like 10 bucks. If you can get it on Amazon for cheap, go ahead and snag it. If you can only find it for the $20 that they're asking for, don't do it. It's not worth it. Just buy the freaking hair gel and call it a day. It's the same thing. Now for blush, you know we're gonna have to dip into Cherish again because she's so freaking pretty. I mean, she looks amazing on my eyes. Can you imagine on the cheeks? So I'm gonna dip into her with a Luxie brush. This is the tapered highlighter brush. I've had this baby for like ever at this point. It's like old. I'm gonna like tap in. I'm gonna tap like this into it versus out, and I'm doing it away from my desk because my desk is white, and I just wiped her down before starting. And then I'm gonna start my blush out here. Oh my god, that isn't okay. Hold on, that is pigmented. I am obsessed with Ofra, by the way, if you guys didn't know that, and not because they're sponsoring, because they've sponsored before. Okay, it's because I haven't heard not one person complain about their product. It's like top notch, okay? If you haven't tried Ofra, you absolutely need to. And if you have tried Ofra, then you know what I'm talking about. I feel like The Exorcist, like my neck, and it's Halloween month, you know, my neck is doing one of these because my mirror is here. Although I'm gonna pop another mirror on this side so that we could, does that make sense? I think we're gonna do that. Look how pretty that is. And you can definitely build it if you wanted to. Of course, you see the eyeballs, right? But I want to keep her glowy and light, a nice flush and simple. And to finish off this look, we have to apply a lippy, of course. And y'all know I'm going to use their lip gloss in Love. However, we need to apply a lip liner. And I figured just because the lippy is by Ofra, why not use one of the Ofra liners I have? And this little, I've used it before. It's just that this here is annoying me at this point because I forgot to completely take it off. Give me a second. This lip liner is in the shade Mauve. So I'm hoping this is gonna be a nice combo because y'all know these eyes require a beautiful combo. So I'm going to, oh, this is a pretty color. It's kind of like pinky, kind of like brown, but not too much. You guys, this kind of looks like my lip color. Fill in the outer portions of my lips. Kind of like ombreing it, but again, it's like the same shade as my lip color, so you won't really notice much. And now we're gonna go in with their lip gloss in Love. I wanna show you close-ups real quick. Their applicators are everything also. Look at this pink. Is that not pretty? And she has like little flecks of glitter in it, but their glitters are not uncomfortable. Like you don't even feel them. Tell me how this lip combo looks amazing with the eyes. It's like spot on perfect. I absolutely love color, but this pink look right here is stunning. And I know it's gonna be wearable for everyone. It's gonna be achievable because it was so easy to put together. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. I hope it has inspired you to play with color and get creative. But also I hope it raises awareness and serves as a reminder that breast cancer screening is absolutely necessary and important for early detection. Don't forget that the Think Pink set is currently available at ofracosmetics.com, and I do have the link and the discount code down below in the description box for you guys. I want to thank Ofra for sponsoring a segment of today's video and sending over this beautiful set my way. I really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.